Hello, everyone, and thank you for coming back to the channel. Today, we are going to explore some brutal truths that I wish I had known when I was 25. These are not easy to hear or easy to do pieces of advice, but real life lessons that will change the way you view life and make decisions in the future. Don't be good at things you hate. Let's start with a simple yet incredibly important truth. Don't do things you hate. I know many people who have spent years in jobs they are not passionate about, simply because they think it's a stable job or they need the money. But the reality is, if you're good at something you love, you can hire someone else to do the things you dislike. For example, for a long time, I worked in an environment that didn't align with my personal interests. I knew I could do better if I was doing something I was truly passionate about. But instead of continuing to do jobs I didn't enjoy, I decided to quit and gradually found a job that suited me better. And you know what? After some time, I was able to hire someone to help me with the tasks I didn't want to do. This not only allowed me to reach my full potential, but also brought more comfort and passion to my work. A regular sleep routine. The secret to a better life. Sleep habits are one of the most overlooked yet crucial factors in our lives. If you want to succeed and maintain energy, establish a regular sleep schedule. I know some people who often stay up late scrolling through social media or watching movies, thinking that they can get by with little sleep and still complete their tasks. But the truth is, lack of sleep will make you less focused and your productivity will decrease. Try going to bed and waking up at the same time every day, even on weekends. This will help you maintain energy throughout the week and improve your health. Personally, I tried changing my sleep schedule, and to my surprise, after a few weeks, I felt more energetic, my work became more effective, and my mood was always positive. Take care of your body, the only asset you have. Your body is the only asset you have in this life. Don't let it weaken due to laziness or bad habits. Think of your body like a race car. If you don't maintain it properly, it won't run well. Your body works the same way. I used to neglect exercising and eating healthy, and the result was that I felt tired and had no energy for work. But when I started exercising and changed my diet, I noticed a huge difference. A healthy body helps me maintain abundant energy to work, study, and enjoy life. Surround yourself with people who want you to succeed. Always be around people who encourage you and want you to progress. There are people around you who are always willing to help and support you when needed. But there will also be people who drain your energy without providing any value. These people might not be bad, but they don't help you grow. Think about the people you meet in work or life and ask yourself whether they genuinely want you to succeed. If you stay around positive people, those who see opportunities and potential in you, you'll have the motivation to try harder. Let others live in their reality. You cannot change people who don't want to change. This is a truth I learned after many attempts to change others. Sometimes we think we can help others by changing them, but that only causes stress and exhaustion for both you and them. Let others live the way they want and focus on your own personal growth. You cannot force anyone to change, but you can set an example for them, showing that change is necessary and possible. Humility is knowing to think less about yourself. Humility does not mean thinking less of yourself, but rather recognizing and respecting others. Humility is knowing that you're not always the best person in the room and that you don't always need to talk about yourself. Putting others above you doesn't mean lowering yourself, but rather showing respect and listening to others. Try once to think less about yourself, and you'll find life becomes lighter, and you'll earn respect from others as well. You will be tested when you're about to reach a new height. Every time you're about to achieve a great accomplishment, life will test you. These challenges may come from the doubts of those around you, or even challenges that come from within yourself. But don't be afraid, because this is the moment you must prove your abilities. When I was preparing to start my business, I faced many difficulties, from lack of capital, lack of experience, to doubts from friends and family. But I overcame all of them and built a successful business. Those challenges were opportunities for me to learn and grow. Improve yourself every day. If you want success, don't think you need to change everything immediately. Improving yourself every day, even just a little, will make a big difference over time. What you think is insignificant will accumulate and help you become better. Every day, I spend at least 30 minutes reading or learning something new. It may seem small, but after a few months, I felt that I had grown significantly. Know when to walk away from a wrong situation. Finally, learn to recognize when to walk away from a situation that no longer suits you. Don't waste time on things or relationships that don't bring value. If you realize that you no longer fit a job or relationship, be strong and step away to look for new opportunities. Sometimes walking away is the wisest decision. Don't hesitate to change your environment if necessary. Life is constantly changing, and sometimes you have to change your environment to grow. I used to be in an environment that didn't help me progress, and at that time, I felt stuck. But when I decided to make a change workplaces, change friend groups, I saw myself breaking through strongly. Surely, when you do this, there will be initial difficulties, but don't worry, that's normal. Your environment greatly influences how you develop, so don't be afraid to change if it's necessary for your further growth. The importance of patience. One of the most important lessons I learned in my 20s was patience. Success doesn't come overnight, and good things always take time. I used to want everything to happen quickly, but I realized that patience is the key. Trying to rush everything will only make you stressed and never satisfied. Learn to be patient and wait until you're mature and well prepared to achieve what you want. Don't compare yourself to others. In the age of technology, where we are constantly updated on everything from social media, it's easy to compare yourself to others. But the truth is, everyone has their own journey. You cannot walk someone else's path and expect the same results. What you see on social media is often just the surface and doesn't always reflect reality. Focus on yourself, develop at your own pace, and follow your own path. The important thing is not where you are, but how you are progressing. Develop a habit of continuous learning. Life is always changing, and if you don't learn and adapt, you'll be left behind. I once thought that learning was only necessary when you were in school. But the reality is, learning never ends. Whether you've started working or gained experience, there's always something new to learn. I began reading more books, taking online courses, and seeking opportunities to learn from more successful people than myself. You can also start learning from the people around you, from their failures and successes. The more you learn, the more you'll grow and have more opportunities. You can only succeed when you accept failure. There's one truth I think many of us need to accept. Failure is an essential part of the journey to success. I was once very afraid of failure, and for a long time I avoided every challenge to avoid facing failure. However, I realized that failure is not the end, but part of the learning process. You cannot succeed if you're not willing to fail and learn from your mistakes. Face failure as a valuable lesson and use it to move forward. Self-discipline is the key. This is one of the most important things I learned in my 20s. Self-discipline is the determining factor for success. If you don't have self-discipline, you won't be able to achieve long-term goals. In the early years of life, it's very easy to be distracted, to follow the crowd, or act on impulse. But to truly succeed, you need to be able to control your actions, pursue long-term goals, rather than just seeking immediate gratification. This may require sacrifice and perseverance, but it's part of the growing process. Know when it's time to stop. Sometimes, the important thing is not to keep fighting, but to know when to stop. I've continued doing things that I knew were no longer valuable to me, just because I had invested too much time and energy into them. But one thing I learned is, if you keep sticking to things that are not suitable, you will only waste your time and energy. Learn to recognize when something no longer suits you and walk away to find new opportunities. Stopping doesn't mean you failed, but it means you're wise enough to know when change is needed. Finally, live true to yourself. The last thing I want to emphasize is, live true to yourself. Life can be very stressful, and you may feel like you're being swept along by the expectations of family, friends, or society. But in reality, you only have one life, and you deserve to live the way you want. Don't let anyone decide your life for you. Do what makes you happy. pursue your passion, and create the life you've always dreamed of. Conclusion: thank you for listening and sharing these truths with me. These lessons aren't easy to follow, but they will help you become stronger and wiser in life. Don't be afraid of change. Don't hesitate to learn from failure. And always remember that success comes from perseverance and improving yourself every day. Start applying these lessons today, and you'll see a noticeable difference in your life. Thank you for taking the time to listen. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, share it, and leave a comment below to discuss more about life lessons. See you in the next videos.